Our main story tonight concerns shopping, an easy and enjoyable way to forget that you and everyone you know will one day die. Specifically, it concerns one of the most ubiquitous places to go shopping in this country, dollar stores. The discount outlets where you can get a variety of goods at sometimes $1 or less, and they position themselves with upbeat materials like this.
Whether you're making a quick fill-in stop or stocking up for the week, Dollar General helps you save on the things you need and the unexpected items that make shopping fun. Something new for the house, a greeting card, or a surprise for someone special. Ultimately, we love helping our customers save time and money. It's what drives us. That's why more than 125,000 people have joined our team, and we're growing every day.
Wow, they really captured a wide array of definitely human people in that ad. They've got an old lady, a nurse, a man who absolutely does not have kids, Molly Ringwald, and some idiot about to buy a bouquet of half-inflated balloons. Today, two companies dominate this particular retail landscape, Dollar General and Dollar Tree, which also owns Family Dollar. These two corporations operate more than 35,000 dollar stores in the US. That is more than all Walmart, Starbucks and McDonald's combined. And they have earnings to match. Last year, Dollar General made $2.4 billion in profit, while Dollar Tree made $1.6 billion. And their growth has been fueled by targeting low-income customers, singling out communities that have been marginalised economically, often rural areas and neighbourhoods of colour. A former Dollar General CEO once described their customer base as being in a permanent recession, and their current CEO summed up the business like this.
I would tell you we do very good in good times and we do fabulous in bad times.
Right. It's a store that tends to do better when its customers are doing worse, which isn't something that really requires use of the word fabulous. Fabulous is best used to describe a quirky hat, or the cast of The Golden Bachelor, or the fact that Kim Cattrall made $1 million to sit in a car and not talk to Sarah Jessica Parker. That is fabulous. But a company bragging about how it can profit off financial hardship? Not so much. Now, you might have heard stories about how dollar stores impact the communities that they are in, where they can be the only food retailer around. In some cases, that may be because they've driven others out. In others, it could be because they've entered a market that's already a food desert. But either way, customers often turn to these stores for their convenience and low prices, although those prices can be a bit misleading, as this clip from a few years ago demonstrates.
At Dollar Tree, a 2-pack of Irish Spring soap costs $1. At Target, an 8-pack costs $3.99. But if you look very closely, the bars sold at Dollar Tree, they're smaller. So if you do the math, Irish Spring by the ounce is actually more expensive at Dollar Tree.
Right. Despite the promise of value, you can end up getting less for more. Although, I will say, in the case of Irish Spring, that's not necessarily a bad thing. I'm just saying, I personally don't want more of something that smells like a citrus bergamot fart and leaves these moneymakers ashy as hell. But the fact is, if all you can afford for soap is $1 right now, a dollar store will sell it to you. But look, we're not going to focus on the location or pricing of dollar stores tonight. We're going to focus on how they are run, because if you've ever set foot in one, you know they can look like a total disaster.
I really don't know where everybody else is getting their Dollar Trees, because every single one I've ever walked into has looked like this.
Oh, yes. Shopping at the DG. I need staples, and they're about 20 feet down that way.
My God. Why does my Dollar Tree look like caca?
Look at this Dollar Tree. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah. What the fuck is right? Those look less like functioning stores and more like American Ninja Warrior Retail Edition. They look like someone picked up a dollar store, shook it, and dumped it out into another dollar store. And a quick shout-out to the automated TikTok voice there, trying to say the word caca. She's doing her absolute best. That is all that we can ask of her. That, and maybe say naughty things like...
Penis.
Or...
Vagina.
Or...
Charles Manson was low-key hot in a character actor Griffin done kind of
Exactly.
way.
But to an extent that you may not realise, that chaos isn't a one-off mistake or the fault of those stores' employees. It is the natural end product of how the companies behind these stores choose to operate them. And if you think it can be bad shopping at a dollar store, it is nothing compared to what it's like working there. It's been said that working at Dollar General may be the worst retail job in America. And if these stores are this ubiquitous, make this much money, and are this terrible to work for, tonight, as we get ready for Black Friday, Let's talk about dollar stores, and let's start with the fact that one of the key ways that they squeeze margins isn't on tiny soaps, it's on labour costs. They often have just 2 employees, or sometimes even just 1, manning the entire store. Just watch as this Dollar Tree customer discovers in real time that there is only 1 person working there.
Only worker here.
Only worker. Doing this with no shelves, no nothing. Look at this.
She's the only worker here. Right over here. This side right here. Everything, guys. These people don't even work here and they're helping her. Look at this. Walls of boxes. All by herself.
Yeah, of course the stores are going to look like that when there's only 1 person there to do everything. It's so bad, random dudes are pitching in to help her for free. Imagine how monumentally shitty a store would have to be for you, a customer, to walk in and say, oh, fuck, they need me. It reminds me of that famous Mr. Rogers quote, when you walk into a dollar store that looks like Chernobyl after the blast, look for the helpers, you will always find people who are helping. And incidentally, the people employed by dollar stores are not making much more than those volunteer helpers. Just watch as a former Dollar General worker points out the disparity between what the top execs make and what the rank and file do.
Y'all out there riding in damn expensive cars. Y'all can go out, eat crabs and steak and filet mignon and escargot and all this shit. Meanwhile, y'all workers are eating ramen noodles. Come on now. Y'all making millions. Think about it. I want everybody to think about it. Let me know, when did a Dollar General worker make more than $20,000 in a whole year? Don't worry, I'll wait.
Excellent. I've never heard a harsher insult than simply listing out foods you assume someone else eats. Crabs, steak, filet mignon, escargot, and all this shit. She's describing a cartoon rich person, and it's devastating. I have no doubt that she would take one look at me and go, mushy peas, figgy pudding, and all that milk, and I'd be wrecked. And the thing is, she's right about the numbers there. The median compensated employee for Dollar General makes around $18,000 a year. And a report 2 years ago found that 92% of Dollar General's staff was making less than $15 an hour. That is a higher percentage than every other company they surveyed. On top of that, lawsuits and press reports have repeatedly documented Dollar General severely restricting the total hours it allocates in a week to non-managers, and then expecting store managers who are salaried to cover the rest without overtime and without enough people to do everything from running the register to receiving truck deliveries to stocking the shelves to keeping prices updated and cleaning the bathrooms. Things can quickly fall apart. Just watch as this assistant manager sends up what is basically an SOS to the company.
Okay, this is a video for help to anyone inside this company that actually cares. We are overloaded with freight and we don't have enough hours in the week or people in the week to put them away. We are completely overwhelmed. The back room is like this. I can't even get to the cooler and I've got a milk delivery outside. So hopefully it all goes out on the sales floor. I don't fucking know. Again, this video is for anybody in the company that cares. This is Travis Bennett, the assistant manager at store 11320.
Wow. It is not good if your employees are making TikToks that look like hostage videos. Because that is not what TikTok is for. As we all know, it's for finding out which anime characters strangers would pork and seeing what you'd look like positively snatched. But the problem with addressing that to anybody in the company that cares is that it sure seems like these companies do not care at all. It is hard to overstate the indifference these chains can show to their employees' working conditions. And not just in their stores, but in some of their distribution centres too.
You may remember us showing you video of rats inside the Family Dollar store in Whitehaven and the company's distribution center in West Memphis, Arkansas. Take another look. Right now, federal inspectors say they have found more than 1,000 rodents inside the same distribution center. Oh, my goodness.
OK, set aside the 1,000 rodents, which I know is already a big ask. I just want to take a second to acknowledge this little diva. Look at her, not giving 2 shits about being fed a Pringle. Other rats would pounce at the sight of that chip, but not her. She's giving it a blank look that says, honey, not even at my lowest. She has got standards, she has got taste, she is, Ratatouille 2, absolute food bitch. But that FDA inspection not only found that more than 1,000 dead rodents had been recovered at that distribution centre last year, but also that the company's own records showed that it collected more than 2,300 rodents there the spring and summer before, demonstrating, and I quote, a history of infestation. But at that point, it's less an infestation and more a flourishing community of rats, establishing an internal order, building out their environment, probably exploring the arts. This was both a massive problem for Family Dollar and a genuinely inspiring story of rodent fortitude. Now, the company wants you to know that they've since shut down that distribution centre and are thoroughly remodelling it. But that's just one example in a horrifying pattern for dollar stores. Dollar General also has had to temporarily close multiple stores and a distribution centre for rat infestations. And at one store in Oklahoma, birds nested in the ceiling, and I'm so serious, started shitting all over the merchandise. Not just that, when the staff told higher-ups in the company, they say that they were ordered not to throw the soiled products out, but to clean them, in some cases by bringing them home to wash and then return them to the shelves. And when that store's manager asked for help in removing the nests, he said he got the sense that he was being ignored because the birds weren't stealing anything. And look, there are plenty of reasons to kick anyone or anything out of a store, even if they aren't stealing anything. And number one on that list is they're pooping everywhere. I don't care if it's a bird or a toddler. The second shit is part of the equation. They've got to go. Now, legally, I do have to tell you, Dollar General was asked about that bird story, and its response was that it takes prompt action when stores make maintenance or repair requests, which, as statements go, sounds to me a little bit like, what's the word?
Caca.
That's right. Thank you very much. And if you're thinking, OK, I'm convinced these stores sound like a terrible place to work, I am not nearly done yet. Some Dollar General employees have said they are unable to control the thermostats at stores, and others say that they don't have functioning heat and cooling systems at all.
The heat would cause all the candy to melt, and I don't know if it was negatory on the medications, but I mean, I know they gotta be climate controlled. My assistant manager was sitting in there with ice packs down her pants and her shirt and a towel because we were just dripping in sweat.
That's not great. An ice pack down the pants is not how you imagine a day at work going. It is, however, how I imagine these two freaks fuck. And when you take all this together, the heat, the understaffing, the boxes everywhere meaning that you can't move around properly, it is pretty clear these places aren't just unpleasant, they're unsafe. Dollar General is on OSHA's severe violators list, racking up more than $25 million in proposed fines since 2017 for alleged violations spanning dozens of states. And as for Dollar Tree, in that same time frame, OSHA's identified more than 400 violations in its stores, imposing more than $13 million in fines. Now, I have to say, Dollar Tree recently entered a settlement with OSHA and claims that it's implementing substantial safety policies, procedures and training to safeguard the well-being of our associates. Although you should also know they had a similar settlement back in 2015 and made similar promises back then, so at best, they are a slow learner here. And there is one last indignity for dollar store employees, and that is the threat of violence. Dollar stores have become magnets for crime and killing, with employees at Dollar General saying they've been stabbed, shot, held at gunpoint, punched and pistol-whipped on the job. And when a robbery does happen, the response from corporate can be less than compassionate. Remember that worker talking about how the bosses were eating filet mignon? Here she is talking about the day her store was robbed.
I was robbed at the same Dollar General where I currently worked. I picked up my phone and called 911. I locked the door. I secured the customers. I followed protocol. Called our manager. She showed up. I called our district manager like 2 to 3 times. She didn't answer. But when my manager called, she answered. The first question was, is everybody okay? The second thing she said, what are we going to do about reopening the store? We haven't even been robbed even doggone 10 to 15 minutes, and you already talking about opening up the store?
That is ridiculous. An armed robbery is a traumatic event people need time to recover from. It's not something you can just ignore, like a spam call or a broken light bulb or any show on Apple TV. Did you know Octavia Spencer starred as a true crime podcaster on a show called Truth Be Told for 3 seasons? Of course you didn't. It's Apple TV, where celebrities go to hide. While researching this piece, dollar store workers repeatedly told us how they feared for their safety. And while these companies say that they take security concerns seriously, Experts have said that the level of violence may be down to how these stores are set up and organised. Having so few people working there, with no security guard typically present, makes them an incredibly enticing target. In Texas, a Dollar General employee who had a co-worker die in her arms claimed in a lawsuit that her store had no lights at the back of the building and cash registers that didn't have panic buttons, and that the sign announcing a remotely monitored security system was a sham. And at that point, they might as well have just put up one of those inflatable floppy men holding a "Plunder Me, Babe" sign. At almost every turn, dollar stores seem to treat their workers with either stunning indifference or outright contempt. And some are getting so fed up, they are walking out, leading to stories like this.
We saw dozens of people trying to go inside Family Dollar this afternoon, only to find the doors locked and no one inside. Garfield resident Dodie Byrne went to Family Dollar on Penn Avenue yesterday, only to find this sign saying, "Staff quit, y'all be easy" on the door.
Yeah, and that is not at all uncommon. At another Family Dollar in Nebraska, staff left this sign on the door: "We all quit, sorry for the inconvenience." And at a Dollar General in Maine, workers left a series of signs reading "Closed indefinitely because Dollar General doesn't pay a living wage or treat their employees with respect," and "Capitalism will destroy this country. If you don't pay people enough to live their lives, why should they slave away for you?" All of which is punctuated perfectly by the excited "Now hiring" sign, which really has its work cut out for it. And while those workers are justifiably walking out, others are choosing to fight back. Over the past few years, groups like Step Up Louisiana and the Union of Southern Service Workers have staged strikes and protests against Dollar General. But the company has pushed back hard in all the usual union-busting ways. In Connecticut, when workers tried to organise, Dollar General violated federal law by firing a pro-union worker, illegally surveilling and interrogating employees, and threatening to close the store. They also make all new employees watch a video where they shit-talk the very idea of joining a union, which one worker filmed and posted online.
We don't believe that our employees need a third party or union to come between us and them. Our employees don't need a union to have their voices heard here at Dollar General.
I'm sorry. Your employees are able to get their voices heard? Are you sure about that? Because it seems like the guy pleading for aid from TikTok strangers might really beg to differ on that point. So what is there to do? Well, since 2019, at least 75 communities, many of them lower income, have actually blocked proposals to build new dollar stores. But the truth is, most of these stores are unlikely to go anywhere. Remember, in many areas, they're the only retailer around. So much more attention needs to be paid to what workers have been saying, and for years now. Dollar store workers at Step Up Louisiana have developed a list of what they are asking for from these companies, from things like having safe staffing levels, to creating safe store infrastructure, to giving workers a right to heal after violent incidents, none of which is really asking much. And until such time as these companies actually do these things, they should, at the very least, have to be much more transparent when it comes to the retail and workplace experience that they're actually providing.
Hi there. Here at Dollar Bucket, whether you're making a quick fill-in stop or stocking up for the week, we've got everything you need. Like this roll of toilet paper or an adorable bar of Irish Spring. Dollar Bucket helps you save on the things you need, but also on the special treats that make life a little more, well, fun. Like this flaccid balloon or this bag of Skittle.
You mean Skittles?
Nope. At Dollar Bucket, whatever you need, we've got it. Somewhere. Uh-oh. And always at the right price.
Towels? $1. Batteries? $1. This rat? $1. Gatorade Frost Arctic Blitz? $1.
This other rat? $1. That last rat was pregnant, so that's a twofer. We love helping our customers save time and money. That's why over 125,000 people have joined our team. And we're growing every day.
Hey, I don't work here. I'm just trying to get the milk refrigerated before it goes bad. This place is fucked.
Well, you better hurry. We've got another shipment coming in. Dollar Bucket's a proud provider of jobs in our communities. Take Brenda here. She's our longest-serving employee. Hey, Brenda, How long have you been with us?
I've been here for 3 weeks, okay? And it's a nightmare. And I got ice packs in places only God and my husband should see.
Oh.
Okay? I've been shitting in an adult diaper because I can't go to the bathroom. And we've been robbed 3 times since lunch. And we still open.
Oh, Brenda, if we closed every time we got robbed, this store would never be open. And you would not have a job, young lady.
I've been here so long, I don't know what day it is. I keep hearing voices screaming, Brenda, help. Brenda, can you help me?
Is that the voice?
Okay, this is a video for help to anyone inside this company that actually cares. I can't leave the stockroom. There are too many boxes in the way, and also the birds won't let me leave. Oh, God, Brenda. Oh, God.
Is he okay?
What's happening to Travis?
Doesn't matter. What you don't understand is that your lives are insignificant. Your pain is our fuel. The more you suffer, the better we do. This company was built on pain, sweat, tears, and the tiniest little bars of doll soap you've ever seen in your worthless goddamn lives.
Number one, go fuck yourself. And I know it ain't happened in a long time because that suit is tight.
Oh, it happened.
Oh, it did when?
This morning, Brenda.
Really?
And you're gonna have to pay $1 for that.
I'll pay nothing because I quit. Can you read that?
I can. It says I quit.
I quit. Bye-bye, bitch.
Bye-bye, bitch.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, bitch.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, bitch. Brenda. Hey, you want a job? We can pay you in rat babies.
How many?
$1 bucket, giving everyone less while we get more.